is going on, you guys? Yeah, I'm wearing the same shirt as last week. No, I'm just kidding. I'm literally recording this video right after I recorded that last video. Today, I get to review one of my favorite childhood movies. I'm going to review the movie Balto. Let's get right into it. Okay, the story. I really love the overall theme of this movie. You know, like prejudice and all that. It doesn't beat you over the head with it like Disney does nowadays. But like, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, Balto's half dog, half wolf. And so that anytime somebody sees him, they immediately think, oh, wolf, predator. He'll attack you. He'll give you rabies. He'll do this. He'll do that. But no, he's actually a generally nice dog. Not even wolf. Dog. Wolf dog. I really love Balto and Jenna's relationship because it really speaks about his character that he does go to try to shoot a shot with Jenna, only to realize that she's upset because Rosie's in the hospital. And then he immediately shifts his focus from trying to shoot a shot with Jenna to trying to figure out what's going on with Rosie. And just overall, no matter how many times people push him away, he manages to put all that aside and do what's right. And just the amount of shit he has to go through in this movie. Holy hell. I mean, like, he goes through prejudice. He gets his ass beaten by Steele. He falls off a freaking cliff, outruns an avalanche, almost get crushed by icicles in an ice cave, and overall has to save a town that doesn't like him while also trying to help a dog that he doesn't like. I am so glad he gets a happy ending because holy shit. Maybe they're doing the Don Bluth thing, like show these characters, these lovable characters go through all this shit, and then all of a sudden they get this happy ending that's just like, oh, everything is unicorns and rainbows now. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Everyone's so happy. Kumbaya, kumbaya, kumbaya. Just, it was so well worth it. And apparently, they came up with a death scene for Steele. And it's a deleted scene. They never actually fully animated it. I'll leave a link to it in the description below, but yeah, they deleted it for a good reason. It's freaking bizarre and really dark, even for this movie. One thing I really like about the story is after he falls off the cliff, he finally embraces the fact that he's half wolf. And just, even though you don't really know who that white wolf is, if you pay attention to her facial features, like from the side, when she's looking down at him, they have the same features, hinting that that's his mother. And it gives me chills every time I watch it. And have I mentioned that I hate Steele? Yeah, I hate Steele. His downfall is so satisfying. You don't see his death, but it's implied he has his downfall. Just like his whole posse leaving him in the boiler room. He's just like, guys, just a second, please? And the door just slams on him. He's just left by himself. That's the perfect downfall of a villain. And it's so satisfying. The ending with Rosie, it's revealed that Rosie, all grown up, visits Balto's statue in New York City. And she says, thank you, Balto. I would have been lost without you. It gets me in my feels every time I watch it. Obviously, in the first one, Balto's my favorite character because I see so much of myself in him. Obviously, me being half white, half Hispanic, and going through all the prejudice that he goes through. Obviously, I touched on like he goes from trying to shoot a shot with Jenna to trying to help Rosie. And the fact that he's played by Kevin Bacon from Footloose and one of my favorite PG-13 movies from my childhood, Tremors. Seriously, I would make my sister watch that with me every time we were over at my Uncle Tony's house. And I love Kevin Bacon. With Steele, I love him as a villain, but as a character overall, I hate him. I looked up on Google, and apparently he's an Alaskan something husky. But to me, I want to show that in these notes, let's see if I can find it. I really wrote Demon Hellhound. Because holy shit, he literally will not let Balto save a town just to keep his ego in check. He literally gets his freaking team lost in a blizzard to keep his ego in check. And he loses everything because of it. And Jenna, I really love Jenna. And I forgot to write it in my notes, but she's such an interesting character. If you took Balto out of the story, she would still be interesting. She's not just the emotional support system. No. She, despite what people think about Balto, she goes out of her way to help him because she knows it's right. She stands up to Steele. She says no to his advances. And overall, she's a bad bitch. I'm not afraid to say it. She's a bad bitch. She's not afraid to lay down the law. And she was voiced by Bridget Fonda from the Godfather movies. And I forgot to mention with Steele. Oh, y'all gonna get a kick out of this. He's voiced by Jim Cummings. The voice of Winnie the Pooh. I don't know if that speaks volumes on Jim Cummings' talent as a voice actor, or if it causes Steele to lose credibility as a villain. When you watch the scene where he's telling Balto, when I get back from saving the town, I'm gonna deal with you and leave you as a cat toy. The way he says it is so intimidating. But when you remember that he's voiced by Winnie the Pooh, it kind of loses his intimidation a little bit, doesn't he? The one thing I hate about this movie, the only thing that I absolutely hate about this movie, is the bullying. I get why the dogs bully him for being different, but again, if they really hated Balto so much, why didn't they just euthanize him? Or better yet, leave him the hell alone. Because that's how you deal with wild animals. You leave them alone, they'll leave you alone. And plus, if he's half dog, it's just like you could raise him as a dog. You could do this with wolves, dogs, coyotes, dingoes, any type of canine. You can train them, tame them, and overall domesticate them. And he's a freaking wolf. He used his abilities as a wolf, his sense of smell as a wolf, to track down a dog team in a freaking blizzard, which no regular dog could do. And as a wolf, he's naturally faster because he's a natural born predator. So you could use that for hunting, especially because Alaska is mostly covered in wilderness. And if you actually do your research on wolves, they're mostly harmless. They're harmless. Unless you provoke them, like attack their cubs, or if they have rabies, or if they're starving, and you attack them, they'll leave you the hell alone if you leave them alone. Like, what the hell? Overall, I really love this movie, and I love these characters, apart from Steele, because, bleh. Overall, I think the best character in this movie isn't even the title character. It's Rosie. I absolutely love these characters because, you know, they're funny, they're relatable, apart from Steele, and it's such an inspiring story, and I'm glad that now I get to share these movies with my goddaughter. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. I finally got to review one of my favorite movies, and just, even though I raged quite a bit, I'm so glad I got to do this because I love the movies. Until next time, stay positive and stay awesome. See ya.